It's the one and only Despotic, bringing you guys another gameplay commentary. This is Battlefield 4, and this is the tips and tricks video for Battlefield 4 map navigation and spawn system. Okay, there's a 5-man squad, so then you can literally spawn on 4 people in your squad because Battlefield 4 has a max of 5 people, and so that means everyone's a potential spawn point. And that might sound a little bit daunting, and you might be like, well, okay, so that means people can spawn in another person, and so you don't know how to predict the spawns. And then you can also have a random spawn. This is for domination, right? And the same thing applies to Conquest, because Conquest is a larger version of domination. I will do one for Rush because Rush is very simple, very easy. So be on the lookout for that. So let's start. This is going to be a play-by-play. Oh, another thing you guys need to remember: if you are spawning on a squad mate, just remember you're only spawning on that person's field of view or field of vision. Be careful, it's not like Battlefield 3 where you get a third-person preview and then you can see who's surrounding that person. That isn't the case anymore. Another thing is, Battlefield is really simple to the point where they will let you know if you've wiped out the enemy squad. So they have a max of 5 people, so if it says a squad wipe, you never know, there might be 2 people in the squad or 3 people in the squad, or the max of 4. So domination has 3 capture points: A, B, and C. B is usually in the center of the map, and A and C is usually like parallel, or well, it's adjacent, but more in the outskirts. So this is what I do, and this video is specifically catered towards navigating the map, and I honestly think it's very important. So as you can see, they have C. Do be a good spawn person and revive your teammates and drop ammo packs. They don't have C, so, well, they do have C, so I'm pushing up to C. But the way I push up to C, and the way you should push up to C, is not to push up to it in the front of the map, like go directly into the center. As you can see, that guy did not see me, and I was easily able to take him out. I'm running a silencer with AK-5C. Try that gun with the silencer. Velocity is great, so the silencer doesn't really affect the gun that much. Okay, so we just captured C. Most people run directly to B, but I'm pushing up to A, covering all of the spots. And another thing I want to mention to you guys: Battlefield 4, DICE, just the game as a whole, they actually put more emphasis on people capturing flags. So they give you so many places you can hide out, so you don't seem as if you're a sitting duck and people can just be sniping you or shooting you from certain places. Of course, there's certain maps that kind of, even when they do that, it kind of really hurts you. Like this guy really made a mistake because he jumped to A without checking his surroundings, and he came in the center, which he shouldn't have done. That's a noob move, and you should not be doing it. So every time I traverse the map, I'm always on the outskirts. I'm always finding, even if you're not, you should be finding ways to kind of keep yourself undercover. So if a guy has a shot at you, just remember you don't know who's spotting you, and the spot system in this game is pretty on point. You also, if you wipe out a squad, they have, I think, 5 to 7 second spawn delay. So you have a window of opportunity to get out of there. So this is just rinse and repeat. I'm pushing up to C, and I always take this kind of long way, and you should always do this, right? Now this guy is a smart person, but he got killed because one of my squad mates, they were there. So you always want to be in the outskirts of the map, and this is for any map, even Operation Locker, where that map is so close quarter and you're thinking like, how can I get around that map? I usually take C, and then I push up to A, and well, A is a difficult flag. I push up to C, and then I might take B, but and then I push up to A, but I'm always on the outskirts. I try my best never to get into a gunfight that doesn't suit me. Meaning, I want to shoot you in the back, the side, never from the front. And if I do shoot you from the front and it's close quarters, I'm hip firing. So, we're trying to capture C here. I capture C, and as you can see, I'm taking the long way. You never really want to take the short way. Battlefield is a game that takes some time, so don't worry about racking up your kills. But as you can see, exactly what I'm doing here. I'm staying on the outskirts. You also become a really good spawn point because people tend to realize, like, okay, this guy isn't dying. He's the last person, and he's really traversing the map the right way. So, and I'm not saying a lot. If they have C, odds are you should be pushing up to A because I'm asking this guy for ammo, but for some reason he doesn't give it out. So if you have C, you should be pushing up to A. There's something I don't do. If I have C, I don't push up to B unless we have A. I don't go into the center of the map. That's just me. You don't have to follow that kind of routine, but I've found that it's very successful because sometimes you push into B, and sometimes I do it, and then you can't tell where they're coming from, right? They either can come from the left, they come from the right. But if you take the outer maps, the outer flags, it's a lot better. So we're capping C here, and I kind of figured that dude should be coming there because we already have B. And I'm getting ready to push back up to A. And I always take the long way. Get familiarized with the maps. Stay on the outskirts of the map, and it's quite easy. This is not like Call of Duty where people randomly spawn. And if you choose, I would always choose, not always, but 95%, maybe 2/3 of the time, I would choose to randomly spawn because if you don't randomly spawn, you tend to get killed because of the field of view. So just push down in the right analog stick. I think it's the right or left, I don't know. And it allows you to randomly spawn. And please do that. It will save your butt a ton. If you're a new player, put on a silencer and use an assault rifle. Use the assault class, and it will kind of, it's like training wheels. It's for advanced players as well as noobs. If you run engineer, that might be problematic. You run recon, that's a little bit easier too. Recon, you can throw motion balls. No, I'm not talking a lot about the map navigation, but the gameplay speaks for itself. You just need to really be on the outskirts. And the reason I preach this is because you have so many people to deal with, especially in domination. You have the snipers who are a lot better in Battlefield 4 than they were in Battlefield 3. Because there's no suppression, like someone's shooting at you, that stuff is kind of mitigated now, and it's lessened versus Battlefield 3. But I don't think those guys are the problem. Like people who run around with the automatic shotties and the semi-autos, those guys are, if it weren't for those dudes, I would be dominating domination. I still dominate domination, but more often than not, these guys are always anyway, this is not a gameplay about that. It's a gameplay about just navigating your maps, and this is how you do it. And look, if you follow exactly what I'm doing in this video, and well, not what I'm doing here but if you follow what I'm doing in this video to all of the maps on domination, you will realize that you will start to get more kills. You'll start off 5-1. You do have those occasionals where you start 0-3. It's just the random deviation. You can't, and this game has random deviation. But if you're a better player in terms of running really good routes, and you get a first shot off on someone, and you can really control your recoil, and I'll do a tips and tricks about what are the best attachments for some guns, and what are the better attachments for faster fire rate weapons. Because in this game, I'll talk about it in another video. If you guys want that, let me know. But if you can look at this video, you can see exactly what I'm doing. I'm constantly staying on the outskirts. It's like rinse and repeat. There's nothing I have not done in this video that you can't go in and replicate. You just run the same route, and I almost can guarantee you that you will get a decent score. You will, capture flags. You'll have to jump on people. As you see, I'm capping A here, right? And I'm just waiting for them because I'm capping A. We have C, so obviously they're going to be trying to come from B. I'm looking across, and that's where you need to be. And the one thing about this game is, if you know where they're coming, you can have a better chance of kind of dominating and dictating where the traffic flow is. And it will do wonders for you. So don't be discouraged. I know a lot of videos on YouTube tell you about the gun stats and all these other things, but they never really show you exactly what you need to do. They assume that you would know because you're researching gun stats, but that isn't the case. You can use, most of you can use any gun and dominate. And if you can, I would definitely recommend using the higher fire rate weapons. They have a bit of recoil, but if you can kind of control them, you'll do a lot better. So guys, if we have A and B, odds are they'll be spawning in C, and you want to go in the outskirts, the real outskirts, meaning you find ways to just flank, and then you'll realize how rewarding it is. The flanker guy, he doesn't even know you're there, and you take his tags. Okay. And I think that's very important, man. Taking tags, flanking, and I think Battlefield also gives you this kind of reward system. Like if you're finding yourself behind the enemy team and you're taking their tags, that means you're doing a really good job of flanking. And so let me just reiterate what I'm saying. Stay on the outskirts. If they have 2 flags, the odds are they'll be coming from another section. Enemy teammates, squad mates, there's a maximum of 5 people, and if you kill them, it'll tell you. If you kill all of the squad mates, it will tell you, hey, you have a squad wipe. So then you have somewhat of 5 to 7 seconds of free roam to move from another spot to another one and then to capture flags. I know I'm saying a lot of things here, but like I said, the video speaks for itself. And if you navigate it the way I'm doing this, you will have a lot more enjoyment and just win your gunfights. Okay, I've literally done 60% of this for you. The rest of it is just playing smart, trying your best not to draw attention. And if you see guys you're playing with and they're really running in the center and they're drawing attention, fine, don't follow them. Don't get into this kind of trench warfare where you're on one side and they're on the other side and you're shooting. The name of the game is flanking, realizing that, hey, you have to be on the outskirts of the map, and it really works. Okay? Anyway, it's the one only Despotic. If you want the other tips and tricks video, just put it in the comment section and I will deliver. Deuces.
I just feel like coming down here and give you $2 billion. I know. When I grow up, it could happen.